Live from the Collins Pearly Sports Center in St. Albans, you're watching BFA Bobwhite football on the Northwest Access TV. Good evening, everyone. Tate Brooks, Andrew Knapp here on hand as the BFA Bobwhites play host to the Rice Green Knights.
Hey, coaching staff.
Andrew, welcome to the press box here for tonight's game.
Thanks for having me.
Andrew, current JV coach for the BFA Bobwhites. Didn't see the coin toss, but it looks like BFA will open up on offense. Again, here in Vermont, playing 7-on-7 football this fall as compared to traditional tackle football. In the first and third quarters, it's the offensive linemen who play out on the field, and in the second and fourth, in second and fourth, it's the running back. So here out on the field, we've got quarterback Isaac Para back to pass, fires over the middle, incomplete. Pass was intended for Ryan Caldwell. Our apologies, we don't have a Rice roster this evening, so we'll be filling in the names with numbers. Gonna have a two-receiver set here to the near side. Colin Jolly splits out wide here to the near side. Para with the snap. Fires over, and ball is caught, turning it upfield. Number 30 on the reception, Colin Jolly.
Colin Jolly with the reception. First and 10.
Andrew, what's been your experience so far coaching JV and throwing the football nonstop out there?
Well, as many people know, when you watch Bobwhite football, it's a hard-nosed, ground-and-pound game. So it's a lot different for these guys. They're not really used to throwing the ball as much, but it gives them an opportunity to work on a part of their game they don't necessarily get a whole lot of time with.
Cole Langlois in, fires over the middle. Ball is deflected. Incomplete pass intended for James Harrison. From your perspective, as far as a coach, what's been the biggest challenge this fall?
I think the biggest challenge with the kids is definitely getting them out of the mindset of putting a body on somebody. And what I mean by that is when you put a helmet on, you kind of have that natural instinct as a football player to want to make contact, and trying to get them not to do that and to just use the hands.
Bobwhite's looking at a 2nd and 10, ball spotted at the 42. Langlois takes a snap, looks here to the near side, fires across the middle, ball is caught for a BFA first down. Justin Brown on the reception for BFA, and they'll move the sticks.
And the nice thing about that right there is that was a nice little crossing route right in the center. Isaac's got great hands. He's a phenomenal athlete, and Cole's got good vision out in the backfield. So it was a well-thrown ball, well caught.
Rice coming in off a win over the weekend over Mount Abe. BFA still looking for their first win of the season. Jolly splits out wide to the far side. You're going to see a three-receiver set to the top side of your screen. Para back in at quarterback, takes the snap. Looks downfield, fires it, and it is caught for the reception. Streaking down to the 20, to the 10, and rumbling down to about the 3-yard line. Big number 73, Ryan Caldwell.
Caldwell with a long reception. First down.
So Caldwell with a big play, connecting with quarterback Isaac Para, and it's going to be 1st and goal for BFA. Andrew, your thoughts on that last play?
That was stellar. I mean, the best thing about this right now with 7-on-7 is it gives these big guys a chance to actually do something they don't usually do. Run pass patterns, catch the ball, and great hands by Ryan.
Para back to pass. Ball at the 6, fires in the end zone, and it is intercepted. Intercepted by the Rice Green Knights. Again, apologies with no roster here this evening. Do want to mention that today's broadcast is made possible by the generosity of Northwestern Orthopedics, JC Image, the Collins Pearly Sports Complex, and Handy Toyota. We're proud to have these community partners helping provide live coverage of local sports to everyone in Franklin County and beyond. So the Rice offense rolls out here the first time this evening. They'll take a 3-receiver set here to the near side. 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 20. Back to pass. Fires over the middle of the field. Ball is caught by number 76. Good enough for a first down. Andrew, what would you say to your team typically on a turnover deep into the opposing team's territory?
You got to let it go. As a quarterback, you can't dwell on things like that. It's just going to eat away at you. You gotta let it go. Go back out there on the next drive and just have at it.
Quarterback rolls to the far side, fires in a ball. Nifty reception by number 51. They're going to mark him right down at the first down marker. Ball spotted at the 45-yard line. So the Green Knights will move the sticks again, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for Rice at their own 45-yard line. Justin Brown and Case Ballard back playing safety here for the BFA defense. 3 receivers here to the near side. Rice fires over the middle, and ball is in and out of the hands of number 20, incomplete, setting up a 2nd and 10.
That was a classic crossing pattern, and he just cleared out both defensive backs. I mean, that would have been an easy catch and run for a first down right there. Just got to close the hands a little sooner.
It's going to set up a 2nd and 10 here for the Green Knights. Again, 3 receivers set here to the near side. 4 receivers here to the near side. Crossing over, all is complete to number 20.
3rd down and 4.
Looked like Parker Horton downing him at the BFA 49. Rice selects not to huddle up. They'll call the play right at the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers to the top of your screen. Here's the snap. 3rd and 3. Looking downfield. Fires an incomplete, in and out of the hands. And defending for BFA number 52, Caleb Lulick. And we'll see what the Green Knights elect to do here. Can punt away. And we see some substitutions, and Andrew, it looks like Rice is going to do just that.
Yeah, so the biggest difference for punting on 7-man versus 11-man is the ball's going to be dead right where they touch it or where it falls down and comes to a rest, whereas you can't advance the ball anymore. So
there's a high end-over-end kick fielded by Cole Woodland at around his own 10-yard line, and the Bobwhite offense will take the field. With that, we'll take a quick timeout. You're watching BFA Bobwhite football on Northwest Access TV. Our score here is 0-0. Welcome back, everyone. Tate Brooks, Andrew Knapp here at the Collins Pearly Sports Center. Langlois takes the snap, back to pass. He's going to unleash it deep downfield here to the near side, and making the catch and turning upfield, number 21, Justin Brown, on a big pass completion.
that was a beautiful ball thrown by Cole. Split the defenders, dropped it right in where he needed to. A great catch, great catch.
So big play for the BFA offense. They've had a couple here in the first quarter, still looking for the first score of the game. 2 receivers sent here to the near side. Trips formation to the top side of the field. Langlois with a snap. Back to pass. Again, looking to air it out here to the near side to Brown, and once again makes the catch at the 25. Stutter steps, turns it upfield. Now he bursts free, and Brown is going to take it the distance for a BFA touchdown.
Beautiful double move on the corner there. Got that cornerback locked in his feet and then just took it upfield.
So Justin Brown with a 55-yard touchdown reception, and the Bobwhites take a 6-0 lead. A big splash play by the BFA offense, something we haven't seen a lot of so far on 7-on-7s in this truncated season. Bobwhites will go for the PAT kick. Ryan Caldwell to do the kicking duties. There's the snap. Caldwell's kick is up, and it is no good. Wide to left. With that, we'll take a quick timeout with 6:53 remaining here in the first quarter. Our score is BFA 6, Rice 0. You're watching BFA Bobwhite football on Northwest Access TV. All right, welcome back, everyone. Tate Brooks, Andrew Knapp here at the Collins Pearly Sports Center. Bobwhites with a 6-0 lead. 3 receivers set here to the near side for the Green Knights. Back to pass, fires over the middle, high, deflected in the air, and intercepted! Intercepted by Caleb Lulick. Andrew, what happened on that play?
That was just it was a great read by the quarterback. He had his wide receiver just a little high, little to the outside. Couldn't get his hands quite on it. And Lulick was there with a great read, great pick. He's a talented kid. Had the chance to coach him last year. He's gonna be something special next coming years.
So first Rice turnover of the game. Gives the Bobwhites great starting field position at the Rice 45-yard line. Isaac Parra back in at quarterback. He'll stand at the 50. Parra takes a snap. Back to pass. Fires over the middle. Ball is deflected and incomplete. Dangerous play once again off that deflection. Clock will continue to run. Again, running time here on 7-on-7 football. 5:47 remaining here in the first quarter. BFA with a 6-0 lead. Bobwhites break the huddle. Caleb Lulick splits out wide to the far side. Trips formation here to the near side. Parra back on 2nd and 10. Looking, fires it here to the near side and batted down, incomplete. Looked like Ryan Caldwell was the intended receiver for BFA. It's going to set up a 3rd and 10. And Andrew, we got to see a new group of players coming in here for the Bobwhites.
Yes, we got Cole coming back in at quarterback. We got Justin down here close to your screen. Looks like he's moving back up top. He's the one that caught that beautiful double move for a touchdown earlier in the quarter.
Gagnon now is going to split out wide to the far side of the field. That's Brown split out wide here to the near side. Harrison slot man here to the near side. Langley's back looking, takes his time, fires it deep downfield high and making a leaping check for the first down. That's Parker Horton with a nice reception. Andrew, he went up to get the football.
Yeah, he did. He did a great job of it. The hardest part for a receiver is to go up in the air because you leave yourself exposed. Obviously in 7-on-7 you're not getting hit, but still to have the coordination to be able to secure that ball before coming down is key.
Ball spotted at the Rice 25-yard line. 4:20 remaining here in the first quarter. Langlois rolls here to the near side, looking downfield, fires into the end zone, and incomplete. Pass intended for Harrison. Langlois had just a little too much on that ball. It's going to set up a 2nd and 10 here for the Bobwhites.
A new group coming back in. Isaac's back at quarterback.
Jolly will split out wide to the far side of the field. Parra takes a snap. Looks here to the near side, dumps it, and incomplete. Pass intended for Ryan Caldwell, but just not able to hold on.
3rd and 10.
Set up a 3rd and 10 here for BFA. Lulick splits out wide to the far side. Jolly splits out wide here to the near side. Parra takes a snap. Fires over here to the near, incomplete. Pass intended for Case Ballard.
So in that one, Case has got the height advantage. So if Isaac can get that ball up just a little bit more, Case can come down with that pretty easy.
And it looks like we're going to have another offensive substitution here for the Bobwhites. Cole Langlois will come out. Splitting out to the far side, Matthew Gagnon. Harrison split out wide here to the near side and trips formation. Langlois looking deep downfield and in and out of the hands of Harrison, who would probably like to have that one back. Harrison would have had enough for the first down, but it had it zip through his hands, incomplete, and the Bobwhites will turn things over on down. Andrew, although the Bobwhites didn't come away with a score, they did move the football down the field.
They did a good job of executing. Rice is playing pretty good defense. They've only had a couple times where they've got burnt deep a little bit, But for the most part, they're playing pretty locked down. These guys just got to be patient. They got to read the defense, see what they're giving them, and they just got to execute.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. BFA with a 6-0 lead. Rice offense back on the field. Trips receivers over to the top side of the field. Back to pass, fires a short one and in and out of the hands. Harrison there on the coverage. Pass intended for number 20.
Harrison's another stud kid right there. He's only a sophomore. So he came up to varsity last year as a freshman. He's been playing lights out the last couple years.
Both Harrison and Cole Woodland, 2 sophomores on the varsity squad this season.
We'll see Cole in the next quarter, and he's got some speed. He can move.
There's a snap. Trips here. Ball is caught by number 28, and he's touched short of the first down marker. It's going to set up a 3rd and 2 here for Rice. Ball spotted at, let's say, the 32, 33-yard line. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Bobwhites with a 6-0 lead. There's a snap. And he has outlet man here on the near side, number 28, who races ahead for the first down. Needed a couple, able to pick up 7. And the Green Knights will have a new set of downs.
Looks like they ran a little zone right there, and he just missed the call. That was all. Left him wide open.
Sets up a 1st and 10. Let's come back to that defensively here after this next play, Andrew. 3 receivers on the far side of the field. Quarterback gets the ball down on 1st and 10, looking. They're counting him down. Lofts it high in the air, and the ball is incomplete to number 28. Pass was intended, or Caleb Lulick was there to help break things up. With that, that will be the end of the first quarter. Our score, BFA 6, Rice 0. You're watching BFA Bobwhite football on Northwest Access TV. Welcome back, everyone, to the Collins Pearly Sports Center. Tate Brooks, Andrew Knapp here on hand. Bobwhites with a 6-0 lead. Andrew, I want to pick your brain after this next play about defenses and how you run defenses in a 7-on-7 game. So here are 2 receivers set here to the near side. 2nd and 10. And fires over the middle to number 6, incomplete. So, Andrew, walk through defensively. What you're playing man-to-man, zone, combination. How do things work out there?
So you can pretty much take an 11-man offense or defense, and you can run it on a 7-on-7. The biggest difference, the only thing you're taking away is your line. You're just not going to have any stunts. You're not going to have any blitzes or anything like that. But as far as your coverage scheme is not going to change any.
3 receivers set here on 3rd and 10. Lofts it here to the near side, and incomplete. Pass intended for number 6. That was Cole Langlois on the coverage. So how do coaches kind of mix things up defensively if you don't have blitzing as an option?
I mean, when it comes to that, there's not really a whole lot you can do. You're either going to run man or you're going to run a zone.
Okay.
You can run a combo if you want to, but for the most part, I think a lot of people are probably primarily running man coverage.
Ball, I believe, is caught by number 26 for BFA. That's Cole Woodland. So Bobwhites starting off in decent field position, their own 30-yard line here to start the second quarter. Now, what about offensively? Now that the Bobwhites have the ball, what kind of play calls? What do you typically try to set up offensively?
So with 7-on-7, obviously can't run the ball, so it takes that whole game away from it. So strictly, it's kind of going back to NFL-style air raid. You can call up the same exact schemes you would on an 11-man. Again, you're just taking the line out of it.
3 receivers here to the near side. Pass is complete. Reynolds in at quarterback. That's good for about a 5-yard pickup. And Andrew, as far as offensively, is BFA still kind of running like their 100 and 900 series, or running kind of the Delaware wing tee, or how?
Yeah, when we go back to 11-on-11, we'll still run the same thing that we've ran for many, many years.
Reynolds, shotgun formation. There's a snap. Looking here to the near side, fires and it is caught for the first down. Woodland on the reception.
5-yard line, first and 10 BFA.
Koval splits out wide here to the near side. Reynolds takes the snap. Looking here to the near side and caught! Bursting free, racing down the field. That's Koval. It's a foot race and Koval will take it the distance for a BFA touchdown.
It looks like they got him on the foot.
They're going to count him, say, down on the 10-yard line. Nicked his foot.
From the Rice 10-yard line.
So another big play here for the Bobwhite offense, who've made a few big splash plays this evening.
That was a great ball by Jake and a great catch by Koval. You couldn't draw that up any better.
Bobwhites will stay right at the line of scrimmage. Koval splits out wide here to the near side. Reynolds takes the snap. Fires in the end zone and it's deflected in the air and incomplete.
The ball falls down, incomplete, second and 10. From the Rice 10-yard line.
That will set up a second and goal. Pass was intended for Woodland in the end zone. Cavell splits out wide to the near side once again. That's Jolly in the slot to the near side. Firing with Reynolds and turning it upfield, number 12, William Sawyer. And Sawyer going to down him at, say, the 3-yard line. So third and goal at about the 3 here for BFA. Bobwhites with a 6-0 lead. Three receivers here to the near side. There's a snap. Reynolds airs it out here, and it is going to be incomplete.
Good effort on the play, but it falls incomplete. Fourth and 30.
Sets up a 4th and goal from around the 3. What happened there, Andrew?
He just took his eye off the ball. As a young receiver, it's so important to just do the basics. Always keep your eye on the ball, watch it through to the catch, secure the catch, and then put your feet down.
Koval sets. Reynolds back to pass on 4th and goal. Airs it in the end zone and incomplete. Pass intended for Cole Woodland. So the Bobwhites will turn it over on downs, but Andrew Rice is going to have their backs right up against their own end zone here.
They are. But the nice thing is Rice has now got to drive about 95, 96 yards. Hopefully this defense can hold them still. The hardest part about this game now, too, is you have that 4-second time to get rid of the ball as the quarterback. Whereas on 11-11, you have as much time as your line can get you.
So here you go. Rice backs in for the first time today. Little crossing pattern over. Bursting free is number 6, and they're going to say he's down at around the 10-yard line. So that's going to set up a 2nd and about 2.
So that's the second time they've run that play. And both times that guy's been wide open. They run the trips off to the top side and then the little drag route behind, and it kind of picks your defensive back. First time he dropped it. This time he didn't.
2 receivers here to the near side. There's a snap. Looking deep over the middle, and ball is incomplete. Pass intended for number 17, and nicely defended by Langlois.
Now third down and 2.
It's going to be 3rd and 2. 8:23 to go here in the first half. Bobwhites with a 6-0 lead. Here's a snap. Looks like Bobwhite's in man coverage. Little crossing pattern again and incomplete. Well defended there by BFA. Number, what do we got? 25, 35. Avery Smith there defensively. And decision time here for the Rice Green Knights. Looking at a 4th and 2 at their own 10. And it looks like, Andrew, they're going to punt away.
Yeah, that decision must have been a little hard. I mean, you got about 3 yards to go to the first down, but you're also backed up deep.
Woodland and Langlois back deep here for the Bobwhites. And it's going to be Woodland who fields it at the Rice 39, they're going to say 40-yard line. So great starting field position here for the Bobwhites. With that, we'll take a quick timeout. Our score, BFA 6, Rice 0. You're watching BFA Bobwhite football on the Northwest Access TV. Welcome back, everyone, here. Tate Brooks, Andrew Knapp at the Collins Pearly Sports Center. Bobwhites looking at a 1st and 10 at the Rice 40. Reynolds in at quarterback. Rifles it here to the near side and in and out of the hands of number 33, Colby Williams. Andrew, Reynolds had a little mustard on that ball.
He did. Reynolds has got some zip when he throws that ball. I've seen Colby actually catch him before, so that's a ball he probably wishes he had back a little bit.
Sets up a 2nd and 10. 3 receivers here to the near side. Reynolds takes it. Fires it now on the far side. Ball is complete. Turning upfield, number 35, Avery Smith. Enough for the first down. Although we've got our first flag of the game resting on the Rice 32-yard line. And we've got an illegal use of the hands. I'm going to say that offensive pass interference pushing off. That will neglect the first down for the Bobwhites. All right, that is going to march the line of scrimmage back
It'll be 2nd and 20.
to the 45-yard line. It's a 15-yard penalty, so a costly one for the Bobwhites.
They're going to have to play smart now. You're already 2nd down.
So 3 receivers here to the near side. 2nd and a long distance. Nice little pass to Avery Smith. He gets back most of that penalty, a little more manageable 3rd and 15 now.
15.
5 minutes to go here in the first half.
They've got to be thinking 4-down territory on this one. If they don't pick it up, you're past the 50, I'd go for it.
The receivers, on the top side of your screen. Reynolds low snap, picks it up. He's going to air it out deep downfield, has a man open, it's caught for BFA. Racing along is Dakota Rye, and it's a touchdown for BFA. 45-yard touchdown reception.
Dakota Rye with the reception.
It's a good job to make up for that batch snap. Dakota just kept running. That was a beautiful ball by Jake. Just lofted it right down and dropped it right into his arms.
Credit Reynolds for being patient. BFA going for the single PAT. Kick is up, and it is no good. With that, we'll take a quick timeout. Our score, BFA 12, Rice 0. You're watching BFA Bobwhite football on Northwest Access TV. Welcome back, everyone, here to the Collins Pearly Sports Center. Tate Brooks, Andrew Knapp on hand. Rice back on the field offensively. Ball is complete. Little stutter step, but good for 5. And we got a flag on the field, Andrew. I don't know if you saw anything.
Yeah, it's going to go against BFA. Too many men.
Officials will talk with Rice. Clock will continue to run. 4 minutes remaining here in the half. All right, 1st and 5. They'll take the too many men. Ball will be placed now on the 35-yard line. 3:36 remaining. Rice with all 3 of their timeouts. All right, 3 receivers set to the top side of the field here. There's a snap. And hits this man out of the backfield, racing down the 50 and out of bounds. That's Cole Woodland on the coverage for the Bobwhites.
Looking like it's a little slick out there today. We got a couple guys have had some issues getting traction, and
Rice trying to get on the scoreboard here late in the first half. Back to pass. Airs it over the middle and touchdown. Cole Woodland on the coverage for the Bobwhites. Sets up a 2nd and 5 here for the Green Knights.
we got Dakota Rye went in for Avery Smith. He caught that last touchdown.
3 receivers here to the near side. Quarterback rolls here to the near side. Looks to air it out deep downfield. It's a foot race. And Langlois with some good coverage, incomplete. Pass intended for number 10. Again, if you're just tuning in, apologies. We don't have a Rice roster here this evening. And it's going to be 3rd and 5, and we have a timeout taken by Rice. With that, we'll take a quick timeout here ourselves. Our score, BFA 12, Rice 0. You're watching BFA Bobwhite football on the Northwest Access TV. Welcome back, everyone, here. Tate Brooks, Andrew Knapp at the Collins Pearly Sports Center. Rice uses their first timeout of the half. 2:12 remaining. Bobwhites with a 12-0 lead. 2 receivers set here to the near side. 3 receivers on the far side. Rice taking time, fires over middle. Ball is caught by number 9. That's good enough for the first down. Andrew Cavell downing him, but not until they reach the Bobwhite 30-yard line. Clock will continue to run. 1:50 remaining here in the first half. 3 receivers set here to the near side. Snap. Looking. A lot of time. Launches it deep downfield into the end zone and jumped it. Incomplete. Nice play defensively for BFA. Andrew, I don't know if you can.
Cole Woodland on the defense there.
Thank you. Woodland there. Nice job defensively, and that will force Rice to burn their 2nd time out. Want to keep it here. Today's broadcast is made possible by the generosity of Northwest Orthopedics, JC Image, Handy Toyota, and the Collins Pearly Sports Complex. Northwest Access TV is proud to have these community partners helping them provide live coverage of local sports to everyone in Franklin County and beyond. Northwest Access TV would like to continue these live broadcasts throughout the athletic season, but they need your help. If you or someone you know owns a business or runs an organization that would like to donate to the cause, please reach out to the staff at Northwest Access TV. Just visit Northwest Access TV for contact information or call 802-782-8676. So again, 1:29 remaining here in the first half. Rice, 1 timeout remaining. They trail the Bobwhites 12-0. 3 receivers set to the top side of the field here. Here's the snap. And the ball is complete to number 6, stutter steps, and he's going to be down short of the first down. Looked like number 34, Thomas DeMar, credited for the touch. It's going to set up a 3rd and 5 here for Rice. Clock will continue to run. Again, 1 timeout remaining for the Green Knights. They're going to overload the far side of the field. 4 receivers on that far side. It's the wide side of the field as well. They toss it over the middle, and that's going to be enough for the first down. Needed 5, able to pick up 7 on the reception.
They had to play a little tighter defense there. They're allowing a little too much space between the receiver and the defensive.
1st and 10, ball at the 19 of BFA. Rice back to pass. Finds a man on the outside, turns it upfield. He's going to be close to a first down. They're going to say he's down at around the 15. 26 seconds remaining. Rice looking to the sidelines. They've got one timeout remaining, 20 seconds. Clock continues to run. 3 receivers out on the far side on this 2nd and 5. They ends it into the end zone. Is deflected and intercepted by BFA. Intercepted by number 23, Peter Jolly. As we've got a Rice player down on the far side. 1 second showing on the scoreboard, and a 000's now hitting the scoreboard, and that will do it for the first half. An exciting one here if you're a BFA Bobwhite fan. With that, we'll take a timeout. Our score at the half, BFA 12, Rice 0. You're watching BFA Bobwhite football on Northwest Access TV. Welcome back, everyone, here to the Collins Pearly Sports Center. Tate Brooks, Andrew Knapp on hand as we get ready for the second half. Andrew, your thoughts on the first half?
It was pretty well played. Both teams moved the ball pretty well. It was nice to see some life coming from BFA early on. You had that long touchdown run by Justin, and then before that, you had that nice long play by Ryan Caldwell, and then topped off the end of the half with a beautiful ball from Jake to Dakota Rye. So they're playing really well. Just got to tighten down on defense a little bit. Rice has had a couple guys that have been wide open, and I know that's just based off the defensive scheme that they're running. It looks like they were probably running a zone on a few of those towards the end of the half. So.
Now, we were talking a little bit during the half, Andrew. I mean, what are some of the benefits, trying to look at the glass half full here, what are some of the benefits of 7-on-7 for, like, say, quarterbacks and quarterback development this year for next year?
So in the beginning of the year, what we really try to focus on, and this goes to Josh Corrigan, one of the varsity coaches, is getting the quarterbacks to see the whole defense as a whole and figure out where they're going to go, how are they aligned from the snap, and where he thinks the holes are going to be.
Rice back on the field offensively. Ball is incomplete. Pass it for number 20.
It's a good play by Harrison right there.
Harrison in, breaking things up. The sophomore for the Bobwhites. Again, one of 2 sophomores playing on the varsity squad. Andrew, you coach the JV squad. Do you expect maybe a few freshmen on this year's team probably to be up on varsity next year?
Without a doubt,
Yeah.
Absolutely. We've got a good freshman class right now, and there's no doubt with the graduating seniors and a need to fill some holes that some of those guys will make their way up here next year.
3 receivers set here to the near side for Rice, looking at a 2nd and 10. A lot of time, fires across, deflected and intercepted. Intercepted, big number 71, Isaac Pera with the INT.
He looked a little surprised on that one.
So great starting field position here for the Bobwhite offense. Pera looks like he'll stay out there to quarterback this series. Again, the first and third quarters are for the offensive linemen. Jolly splits out wide here to the near side. Isaac Pera drops back as a quarterback here. Pera takes the snap. Looks. Now down, almost out of time, throws that one away. What's the biggest challenge, Andrew, for quarterbacks getting used to that 4-second count, or how's that kind of playing out in your observation in this 7-on-7 season?
It's tough for them, especially for the line guys. Like for our varsity, we've got 2 line quarterbacks that have really good arms. They're just not used to having that time to try and read a defense and figure out where their guy is.
Throwing over the middle, nice catch in traffic by Case Ballard. And we have a new group of offensive players here for the Bobwhites. Jake Reynolds will take over the play calling duties at quarterback here. 3 receivers set to the near side. 3rd and about 5. Reynolds fires over the middle, and it's good for a BFA first down.
Oh, they're calling it incomplete now.
Oh, wow. Justin Brown went to dig that one out, and I think the Bobwhites thought BFA had it. I thought he had it, but and so did the Rice defense. The Rice defense.
Yeah, he looked like he had control of the ball when he was at the ground.
So the officials call it incomplete, to the dismay of the Bob White coaching staff. And it's going to set up a 4th and 5 at the Rice 35-yard line.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go to him again.
3 receivers set here to the near side. Here's a snap. Reynolds looking to air things out here to the near side, and it's going to Brown, and Brown not able to come down with it. Andrew looked like he was trying to not just watch the ball, but he was aware of he was near the sideline. He was going to have to drag his feet as well.
Yeah, had he caught that, he had plenty of space. He would have been in bounds. With a ball like that, there's not much he could have done. He played it as well as he could. It was a well-thrown ball by Jake, using that sideline as a third defender, kind of keeping it where his guy can only get it and not the defense.
So Bob Whites will turn it over on downs. Rice will start this drive at the 35, airs it out here to the near side. Big number 51 loses his feet, but not after he picks up 5 on the play, sending up a 2nd and 5.
The other thing you'll notice on that last offensive series for BFA, he slipped coming off the line. Had he not slipped, I have no doubt he would have caught that ball.
3 receivers set to the top side of the field here. Here's the snap. Quarterback rolls out, pump fakes, now airs it out deep downfield, has a man open, good for the first down. Number 28 down at the Bob White 28.
30-yard bomb by Rice is good. First down Rice from the 25-yard line of BFA.
Beautiful ball. And I think that pump fake certainly got a few Bob Whites to bite.
Yeah, it definitely did.
1st and 10 at the 25. Under 10 minutes ago here in the 3rd quarter. 3 receivers set here to the near side. Get another pump fake. Now he hits his outlet man at the 20, and he tiptoes out at the 19, call it 20-yard line.
Gain of approximately 5 yards on the play of the second.
5-yard pickup sets up a 2nd and 5 at the BFA 20. Green Knights will roll 2 receivers here to the near side. Quick snap, pump fake over the middle, and good for the first down. Number 72 for Rice. Case Ballard in defensively for the Bob Whites to down him. But Rice knocking on the door, their best opportunity of the game here.
Yeah, they're moving the ball extremely well. They're keeping up that momentum from that long 40-yard pass.
Ball spotted right at the 12-yard line, so Rice can technically pick up a first down before getting in the end zone. 3 receivers here to the near side. Pump fake again, fires in the end zone, and it's high and intercepted by BFA. Justin Brown with the INT for BFA. Andrew, Brown wasn't able to come down with the big catch on the near sideline here, but made a big play in the end zone to turn things around.
He definitely redeemed himself on that one. That was a beautiful catch, maintaining possession all the way down to the ground and making sure that he landed in bounds as well.
So a big turnover by the Bob White defense. They'll get their offense back on the field here with 8:10 remaining in the 3rd quarter, starting this drive at their own 20. They'll take 3 receivers here to the near side. Caleb Para in at quarterback. Para lofts it over the middle and incomplete. Pass intended for Ballard.
Second down, BFA.
That set up a 2nd and 10. Ballard splits out wide here to the near side. Jolly and Caldwell will be the slot men here to the near side. Para with the snap. Low snap. Picks it up though. Fires over the middle. And hits big number 73, Ryan Caldwell, for a couple on the play.
Third down, man.
He's going to set up a 3rd, well, They give him 5, sets up a 3rd and about 5. Have some offensive substitutions by BFA. Looks like Jake Reynolds will be back in at quarterback. 2 receivers here to the near side. Again, 3rd and 5. There's a snap. Reynolds throws it in, incomplete. Would have had enough for the first down, but Mathgonia was well defended, not able to hold on to the football.
That was a good read by Jake. Had he had it just a half second longer, he had Justin wide open on that slant across the middle.
Looks like Ryan Caldwell will check in to punt away here for the Bobwhites. Here's a snap. Caldwell, line drive kick, fielded at the 45-yard line of Rice. And that's where their offense will hit the field with 6:17 remaining. Today's broadcast is made possible by the generosity of Northwestern Orthopedics, JC Image, Handy Toyota, and the Collins Pearly Sports Complex. Northwest Access TV is proud to have these community partners, helping them provide live coverage of local sports to everyone in Franklin County and beyond. All right, halfway through the 3rd quarter, Bobwhites with a 12-0 lead. Good starting field position here for the Green Knights. High snap, able to get it down, looking deep downfield, fires over the middle, and it is incomplete. Case Ballard there for Bobwhites.
It's good coverage by the defense right there. They had everyone tied up fairly well.
Andrew, how much of it was a crash course for you and the rest of the coaching staff as far as in the 7-on-7 preseason this year?
I think the biggest struggle for the coaching staff is just wrapping our heads around the rule changes. Everything else is football in its own. But trying to remember the rules, and they change about every week, so.
2nd and 10, pump fake, fires across, and in and out of the hands of number 55. Would have had enough for the first down. Caldwell was there as well, and you may have heard Caldwell's footsteps. But the Bobwhites dodging a bullet there now. Rice facing a 3rd and 10. .4:30 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. BFA with a 12-0 lead. 3 receivers set here to the near side. Big 3rd down for both squads. Fires across the middle. Ball is caught by number 20. He's wrapped up quickly by Alex Odell. That's going to set up a 4th and about 4. So decision time here for Rice. Looks like the Green Knights are going to go for it. Ball will actually be spotted right at the 50-yard line. So 4th and 5. Three receivers to the top side of your screen. Taking his time, fires deep over the middle, has his man for the first down. Eric Davis-Sicard making the touch, but not until Rice picks up a big 4th down. What'd you see there, Andrew?
Yeah, he just outran him on that one. That's a simple post route. But just got a little bit more speed than number 31 today.
So big 4th down conversion. Sets up a 1st and 10 here for the Green Knights. Ball spotted at the 25. Here's a snap, rolls here to the near side. Looking, fires into the near side. Good. Close to the first down. Number 51 with the reception. Eric Davis-Sicard again on the coverage downfield. Looks like it's going to be just short, setting up a 2nd and 1. Ball spotted at the 15-yard line. 2:35 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Rice is going to take 3 receivers, put them here to the near side of the field. Take the 2 receivers, put them out wide on the far side of the field. And fires over the middle and good for the first down. Number 20 with the reception. And Rice now looking a 1st and goal here from about the BFA 10. Well, they're going to say about the 5-yard line. Clock continues to roll here. 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter.
Situations like this is where your preparation during the week really comes into play.
Rice is going to take 4 receivers, put them to the wide side of the field, which is the top side of your screen here. There's the snap. Looking, fires over the middle, and has his man for a Rice touchdown. So the Green Knights using almost all their 4 seconds there. Zips it in for the 6 points, cutting the Bobwhite lead in half. Clock does stop with the score, 1:27. And we'll see what looks like Rice is going to kick for the single one. Going to change up some footballs. So here we go, PAT attempt. Again, unfortunately, we don't have rosters for Rice this evening. Number 15 to hold, number 4 to kick. Here's the snap. Holder gets it down. Kick is up, it's long enough, and it is good. So with 1:27 remaining here in the third quarter, it's BFA 12, Rice 7. You're watching BFA Bobwhite football on Northwest Access TV. Welcome back, everyone, here. Tate Brooks, Andrew Knapp at the Collins Pearly Sports Center. Para in at quarterback, fires over the middle, incomplete. Andrew, your thoughts on that last Rice offensive series?
I don't think you could run the offense any better. They were very methodical. Their quarterback was very patient, used almost all the 4 seconds on every single possession. BFA just got to buckle down a little bit and play a little smarter.
Minute to go here in the third quarter. Ballard crossing across the middle, and they're going to air it up high and deflected, incomplete. Pass intended for Colin Jolly. That's going to set up a 3rd and 10, and we'll see a new set of Bobwhite offensive players come in. Third receiver set here to the near side. Reynolds with the snap. Reynolds pump fakes. Now airs it out deep down here to the near side and has his man for the first down. Eric Davis, a card on a big catch. And the Bobwhites move the sticks down to the Rice 35-yard line. Andrew, what'd you see there?
That was another great ball by Jake. He is on fire tonight. He is dropping the ball right where it needs to be, letting his receivers make the play, and they're getting it done.
One last play here in the third quarter. Reynolds looking to air it out one more time, deep downfield, and it is incomplete, intended for Harrison in the end zone. With that, the horn will sound, and that will do it on an exciting third quarter. Our score, BFA 12, Rice 7. You're watching BFA Bobwhite football on Northwest Access TV. Welcome back, everyone, here to the Collins Pearly Sports Center. Tate Brooks, Andrew Knapp. Andrew, any thoughts heading into this fourth quarter of play?
I think if BFA can just kind of slow the tempo down a little bit, play a little more methodical, no need to take the deep, long shots, and keep the clock in their favor, they'll do just fine.
2nd and 10, let's Cole Langlois in. He ears it out. Good for the first down. Nice reception there by number 12, William Sawyer. Now they're going to say just short of the first down. My apologies. It's going to be 3rd and about 4. Bobwhites head right to the line of scrimmage for the play call. So here we go, 3rd and 2. 2 receivers here to the near side. Again, Cole Langlois in now at quarterback. He'll take the snap. Rifles it here to the near side, in and out of the hands of number 14, Andrew Cavell. So Cavell not able to hold on to that one, and it's going to be 4th down here for the Bobwhites. Three receivers to the top side of your screen here. Langlace looks down on his armband for the play call. There's a snap, low snap. Picks it up out of the dirt though. Now looking, and incomplete pass intended for William Sawyer. Looked like Sawyer had cut one way and cut back inside.
He did.
Not able to hold on. And the Bobwhite offense will turn the ball over on downs.
Just took his eyes off the ball a little too early. You gotta see it into your hands, see it all the way through, and then go with the run.
So Rice offense back onto the field. They've trailed the entire game, but one possession game. If they find their way into the end zone, they could retake the lead here. Three receivers set here to the near side. Bobwhite showing man coverage defensively. Firing across, ball is incomplete. Nice tight coverage there by Peter Jolly defensively for BFA. We'll set up a 2nd and 10. Want to remind our Northwest Access TV viewers that the Bobwhites will be on the road later this week, Friday night, as they take on the South Burlington Seawolves. That game is at 7 o'clock on the road. Back here at 2nd and 10. Firing it deep downfield and incomplete. Northwest Access TV will not be covering that game on Friday. Our next home game, and actually it'll be the last home game of the season for Northwest Access TV and the Bobwhites, is next Tuesday night as BFA will host Mount Abe. That's the squad that Rice just beat over the weekend. Again, Bobwhites looking for their first win of the season. Defense on the field here. 3rd and 10 for the Green Knights. There's the snap. Looking, fires over here. The near side ball is caught short of the sticks. That's number 6. And making the play defensively was Cole Woodland for BFA. Setting up a 4th and 4. So decision time here, Andrew, for Rice.
I think at this point you're so close. You got to go for it.
So
you may have about 11 and a half left on the clock, but you got to go for it because you don't know how much time they're going to run off the clock if they get the ball back. And
indeed, Rice going for it. They'll take 4 receivers, put it on the wide side of the field, top side of your screen, single receiver here to the near side. And airing it over across for the first down and more. Tackle made by Dakota Rye. But Rice able to pick up that first down.
Boy, number 9 is making a living tonight off that crossing route.
So Rice scoring on their last offensive series, picks up another first down on a critical 4th down conversion. 10:44 remaining here in the game. There's the snap. 2 receivers here to the near side. Rice taking all the time, airs it out deep downfield, and it's an incomplete ball. Nice coverage by BFA. Andrew Cavall on it. Good job, Andrew. Bobwhite defense.
Yeah, I got a little worried there. It looked like he beat number 22, Dakota Rye, and from where I'm standing, I had to peek over, and I saw Andrew Koval in the back. I was like, oh, okay.
Sets up a 2nd and 10. There's a snap. Fires over the middle of the field and deflected, incomplete. Pass intended for number 5. Looked like Peter Jolly on the coverage. And that's going to set up a 3rd and 10 here for Rice. Under 10 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Bobwhites with a 12-7 lead. It's been an entertaining evening if you're just tuning in. Three receivers to the top side of the screen here. Here's the snap. Here's over the middle, and it is in and out of the hands of number 9, incomplete. And Rice now looking at a 4th and 10. Andrew, again, unfortunately we don't have the roster numbers, but you're right, number 9 has been a target here for the Green Knights.
He has. He's gotten most of his catches off the shallow little crossing route, and he's created significant separation between him and the defensive back.
So here we go, big play for both squads with 8:50 remaining in the fourth quarter. 4th and 10, Rice at their own 49-yard line going for it. There's the snap. Looking, airs it out over the far side, has his man, turns it upfield, good for the first down. Number 6 on the reception. So another big 4th down conversion for the Green Knights. Ball will be spotted at the BFA 35-yard line. 3 receivers here to the near side. Here's a snap. Rice taking their time, throws it in the ground.
2nd and 10.
Andrew didn't like what he saw down the field.
No, and that was a good read, though, because either way, whether he throws the ball on the ground or he holds it for the 4 seconds, you're still going to move the down. If they hit the 4 seconds without letting it go, it's a loss of down immediately anyway.
7:45 remaining here. Rice facing a 2nd and 10. They've got all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Lofts over the middle for number 6, and downing him was Peter Jolly. Short of the sticks. That's going to set up a 3rd and about 5. Two receivers here to the near side. 3rd and 5 for Rice. Here's a snap. Falls it out, and on the far side, and juggling it and holding on, number 6. So almost turned that one over. A couple of Bobwhite defenders looking to sniff that out.
1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 here for Rice. Ball spotted at their own 25-yard line. Excuse me, the BFA 25-yard line. 6:40 remaining here.
25-yard line.
Three receivers here to the near side. Here's the snap. Over the middle, number 6, racing free again, stutter steps. He'll have enough for the first down. Number 6 just being a terror out there offensively.
He is. I don't know where the middle linebacker was on that one, but he is creating separation, and nobody is within 10 yards of him.
Good news for BFA as he heads to the sideline for at least a quick breather. 1st and 10 for Rice, under 6 minutes to go. Ball spotted at the BFA 15-yard line. 3 receivers here to the near side. Excuse me, 4 receivers here to the near side. There's the snap. Lofts it over, and great job defensively by Cole Langlois. Taking his right arm, reaching out and stripping that ball loose.
2nd and 10.
It's great to see them do what we coach them to do.
So what do you coach him to do there?
So
Walk us through it. Walk through it.
Cole did exactly what we tell him to do. He tracks with his inside hand on the hip, maintaining distance with the receiver so he knows he's not getting away from him, and then comes across with the outside hand.
2nd and 10, crossing pattern, fires over to the middle and close to the first down, number 6 once again. And Rice going to be looking at a 4th and, 3rd and 2 at around the, call it, 9-yard line. .447 remaining. There's the snap. Rice taking time, launches in the end zone, and good for a Green Knight touchdown. Number 10 able to pull it in with 4:36 remaining.
That was a good look by the quarterback. Had he held it a half second earlier, that number 6 was wide open in the bottom or the top corner of the end zone.
So the Green Knights take the lead, 13-12. Rice will look to go for 2 and make this a field goal game. So the ball will be snapped at the 10-yard line. There's a snap. Rain starts to come down here. Fires over. Oh, high and incomplete. Langlois there defensively for BFA. With that, we'll take a quick timeout with 4:36 remaining. Our score, Rice 13, BFA 12. You're watching BFA Bobwhite football on Northwest Access TV. Welcome back, everyone, here to the Collins Pearly Sports Center. Tate Brooks, Andrew Knapp on hand. Andrew, 4:36. Bobwhite's 3 timeouts. Should be enough time offensively.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They just they got to play smart. They can't try and force the ball into tight windows. They got to look for the open man. And again, that's kind of hard when you only got 4 seconds to throw. But
junior quarterback Cole Langlois makes his way on the field. Rain starting to come down here. First time we've seen that this evening. Bobwhite's going into a little bit of a wind here. There's a snap to Langlois. Langlois stepping into the throw, fires it high here to the near side. Incomplete pass intended for Thomas Demur. 4:24. Again, clock will run in 7-man football, 7-on-7 football. So Bobwhites quickly get the ball in. 3 receivers here to the near side. Langlois settles things down, takes the snap, low snap, picks it up off the dirt. Kind of does a mini pump fake. Now looks to air it out deep downfield, and he has his man for the first down and more. And there he goes. Dakota Ryan will take it the distance for a BFA touchdown.
what a catch.
We also have an official that lost his footing at the 10. He went down kind of hard. As we said, the rain started to pick up, but what a wonderful reception by Dakota Ryan.
No, that was great. That was great. And you could see it from here. Cole read that the whole way. He saw Dakota get the jump on him and just let it fly.
So Langlois and Rye able to connect. Bobwhites will huddle up here, look to go for 2, and look to make this a 7-point game. So big 2-point conversion here. Opportunity for BFA. Head coach Jeff Murray over talking with his quarterback Cole Langlois. And BFA, I think a wise move, Andrew, uses one of their timeouts.
Yeah, they're going to talk it over, make sure they get the correct play call in. Because you definitely you want to make sure you give your athletes enough space and the right routes to get open to make this a successful 2-point conversion.
Let's go back to the touchdown reception by Dakota Rye. On that play call, Andrew, I mean, is that play intended for him, or is he a second option, or was he the first option? Any sense?
The hard part with 7-on-7, especially for us, is we don't really have a primary. You may have some athletes that stand out a little bit more than others, which they may get the nod from the quarterback a little bit more. But Cole has got great vision when he's on the field. He knows, especially with Dakota, he's played with Dakota for years. So knowing his skill set and knowing how he can react, it was a beautiful ball thrown, beautiful catch. You couldn't ask for a better setup.
Again, nice catch with Rye in stride in the rain coming down into the wind. So great concentration by Rye. So here we go, back on the field, important PAT opportunity for the Bobwhites. Snap is through the legs of Langlois. He picks it up, though, directs his players downfield, fires in the end zone, and incomplete. Pass was intended, it looked like, for Avery Smith. We'll keep it here. Today's broadcast is made possible by the generosity of Northwestern Orthopedics, JC Imaging, Handy Toyota, and the Collins Pearly Sports Complex. Northwest Access TV is proud to have these community partners helping them provide live coverage of local sports to everyone in Franklin County and beyond. So 3:51, Rice with all 3 of their timeouts. I guess the only downside to the touchdown, Andrew, is that the Bobwhites didn't use much time.
No, they didn't. They're definitely going to need to rely on their defense. They're going to have to step up. They've got to keep an eye on number 6. He's at the top of the screen. And watch him come for that little crosser route behind that quads formation on the top.
Rice has scored on their last 2 offensive possessions. And hitting their crossing man, number 10. Picks up 5 on the play. Rice with a little bit of wind to their backs. Again, kind of a misty rain now coming down at the Collins Pearly. So the ball will start to get a little slick out there. 2 receivers here to the near side. There's a quick snap. Crossing here and firing it to his second receiver, number 25. That's Matthew Gagno. Gagno has enough for the first down. Clock continues to run. 3:15 remaining. Three receivers set on the far side of the field. Long count, there's a snap. Firing it high to the near side and has number 9 in and out of his hands. On the coverage was Jake Reynolds. But number 9 would like to have that one back.
He definitely found the little sweet spot there, right behind number 35, Avery Smith, and then right in front of Jake Reynolds. And that's a ball he's going to wish he caught for sure.
Clock will continue to roll. 2:33, 2nd and 10. Fires it here to the near side, and the ball is caught. He's going to be short of the first down. I do believe they're going to call him down at the BFA 49, so looking at 3rd and about 4. 2:15 remaining here. Again, the Rice offense has been clicking on all cylinders here in the 4th quarter. BFA defense sets. Rice snaps the ball. Fires over, and ball is caught for the first down. Matthew Gagno on the coverage of number 6, who converts on the 3rd and short. Ball spotted at the Bobwhite 45. We've got a substitution as Thomas DeMar comes off. Here's a snap. 1st and 10, airing it out and into number 10's hands and out of his hands. Oh boy, they called that a completion? Oh boy, I think he dropped that ball. Oh boy, wow.
That's a tough call.
I'll let the folks take a review on that at home later. With that, we'll take a quick timeout here. Our score, BFA 18, Rice 13. You're watching Northwest Access TV. Welcome back, everyone, here to the Collins Pearly Sports Center. Andrew, my guess is they are saying he had made the reception, but the ball was stripped loose, i.e. then a fumble, and then a dead ball. It's the best I can guess.
That's what it looked like to me. Again, not being 11-man football, that would have been an incomplete pass, but
fired over and caught by number 28. Juggling catch. Colby Williams there for BFA to down him with 1:15 to go. Rice looking at a 2nd and 1, ball at the BFA 20. Now time will become more of an issue here. Here's a snap on 2nd and 1. Hits his outlet man, number 6, who's still on his feet and racing. And it's going to be close to a 1st and goal here for Rice. BFA was looking. They thought he had him stopped 5 yards before that. Rice will use a timeout. Andrew, what are you seeing out there?
Number 6 is just, he's coming out, he's running a little hitch pattern, and he's just sitting there. And he's got about nobody between about 7 to 10 yards from him. And the quarterback is just kind of making his reads, not making it obvious, and then dumping it off to him. And
I mean,
that was a tight call. It looked like Cole got him, Cole Langlois. It looked like he had him. But from up here and what the officials can see on the deck is completely different.
We'll see if one of the defensive backs for BFA kind of sit on that, and certainly a great maybe pick 6 opportunity if played right.
Oh, absolutely. He had nobody else was around him. Had they jumped that route and made that play, somebody would have had a touchdown.
So here we go, back on the field, 1st and goal at the BFA 10. Hold on to your hats here. 3 receivers set on the top side. Rice taking their time, now airs it out, and a number 6 who's going to be short of the end zone at the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal, 40 seconds to go. Clock continues to roll. Rice, I believe, with 1 timeout remaining.
Watch that cross pattern again by 6. There it is.
Here's a snap, pump fake. Now looks to air it out high, and he's going to be incomplete, in and out of the hands, wide open in the near side of the end zone. And 16 seconds, Rice is going to have to burn their timeout. That was number 9 for Rice. Andrew, it looks like BFA just lost coverage here, just lost him in the secondary.
Yeah, I don't know where he came from. I was surprised when I looked over and saw one guy, just nobody around him. It gets a little difficult when you're running a zone because you do have those soft spots where the defender isn't necessarily sitting in. So they gotta play smart. They've got to know where everybody is on the field, and they gotta step up a little bit.
All right, this may be the last play of the game. I don't believe Rice has a timeout remaining. I think that was their last one.
I think you're right.
So we'll see. 16 seconds. It's 3rd down, so they technically have 2. Like, once the clock starts here, it's going to be running time and how long the play takes, and how quickly, if BFA stops them, they can get back to snap the football.
Watch number 6 at the top of the screen there. They're going to run that bunch formation. He's probably going to run that crossing route again.
And BFA is going to call a timeout. I think the Rusty Brannon, the defensive coordinator for the Bobwhites, wanted to see what Rice was going to show. Now he's going to talk with his squad. Andrew, what do you see? What's Coach Brannon saying?
I'm hoping he's telling him to keep an eye on number 6. They've run this formation a few times now, and it's been exactly that. You get number 6 who kind of has a late release off the line and does that cross. The other thing he's been doing off of this formation as well is waiting for guys to clear out and then hitting that little hitch and just staying there, and nobody's around. Where they are right now, it looks like they're inside the 5. You can't afford to let him just sit there. You've got to put a body on him.
Do you have any kind of chuck rules here? Or what sort of contact are you able to make or not make?
By rule for the VPAs, you're not supposed to have any contact at all. I mean, the defensive backs just have to do their best. They got to keep their man in front of them. They're coming out in that weird 4 set again. Yeah, watch 6. He's going to run that little route.
2 receivers now here to the near side. Here's the snap.
There it is.
Looking over the middle. Now he's going to have to reread. Fires into the end zone. It's a jump ball and incomplete. The clock will run. 6, 7. They're going to have to get it in. Bobwhites need to hustle. 3, 2. We'll see if they get one last night. And that's it. That's it. Flag. Wasn't it. And time runs out on the Green Knights. There's a flag on the field. I think they're going to say that Rice was not set. We'll keep it here, but I think the officials are going to talk things over, and I think what they're going to find is that the Rice offense was not set when they snapped the ball. Again, Andrew, we were talking that time was going to be an issue if that ball was incomplete, and in fact it was. Well,
yeah.
Wait, now they're talking to the Rice offense. Illegal procedure against Rice. BFA will decline it. That's it. And the BFA Bobwhites come away with their first win of the season on a defensive goal line stance. Andrew, what a way to win the football game.
They did a wonderful job. Big shout out to Dakota Rye tonight. Huge game, close to 100 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. You got Justin Brown, who had a nice touchdown. Ryan Caldwell with that big 40-yard play in the first quarter. These guys played lights out. They played phenomenal.
All right, well, that will do it for Andrew Knapp. I'm Tate Brooks. Thanks again for tuning in. BFA comes away with their first win of the season. Everybody, have a great night.